Hi Aquarius, what's going on? We're here with a timeless reading. Welcome. I'm using an Adventure Time deck. This was gifted to me. Thank you if you are watching. I appreciate you. Okay, let's see what's going on for Aquarius. Okay, I'm seeing the Sun, I'm seeing Queen of Swords, and I'm seeing Strength here. Eight of Swords. All right. Within this Sun card, I feel like it's a recognition of your power. This is how I've been perceiving it currently. See how there's this sort of like gazing at the crown. The crown is associated with like one's powers, one's place, a sense of responsibility as well, a sense of purpose too. So you could feel like there's something that you're sort of like honing in on, something that you're focusing on, something that like in this Sun you see like a sense of smiling when they're looking at this. So there can be also too, when you think of like crowns in general, it's like not necessarily a choice. Sometimes it can be, yes, but normally when you think about crowns, it's something that's sort of passed down. And so it's like, okay, you're going to be doing this, like this is what you're meant to be doing, like this is the role that you play, those types of things. And it feels like making peace with something here, like the way that this character is smiling at that. And there's that side, and then like that part of things, and then on the other side is the Queen of Swords, and it feels like something is going on here with this being like warmer and this being colder. Like this can sort of be connected with like what you're feeling within your heart and the passion for what it is that you're doing. And then having Queen of Swords can sort of be the more like intellectual element of things. I'm seeing this Queen of Swords as being like a creative energy as well too. So this feels like sort of like, what are you going to do with what you have? What are you going to do with what you're working with? Because these energies kind of look like opposites a little bit, like with the cold and with the hot here, you can feel like you're trying to get both of these energies to sort of work together. To have strength, I see strength as being a card of duality, where it's like there's your willpower, and then there's this like other part of you can say that maybe difficult to work with at times. And so it feels like getting to like have these energies work together. Having eight of it, and it can be like challenging for you. Like you want to honor yourself and also like honor what you're doing with that as well. Actually, I want to get a clarifier for Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords can be a vibe that's like a little bit detached sometimes and really connected with the mental energy. Yeah, I feel like it's a sense of like reciprocity between these two within you. So having strength here, it kind of feels like a difficult task that you've been set up with. Having Eight of Swords, can you be being in a spot where you may be unsure about how to move forward, or it can be something where you're like, I'm feeling a little bit stuck right now. I think you think that you got it, which you do. And I think also at the same time, you could be feeling like you're a little bit stuck. But I'm also seeing the world here too, which is about like what you're accomplishing as you're moving through this, like what you're gaining, what you're learning, and also you like mastering these skills too as you go through this experience. maybe you feel with the Sun that there's a certain way that you're meant to be like showing up and expressing yourself, like staying true to yourself, yes, and also like honoring the responsibility of that. Queen of Swords can be sort of like your mental capacity within this situation, and also like the way that you're narrating things and the way that you're framing things. Because I'm seeing the Sun and I'm seeing Knight of Cups, and this can be like, I really want to express the way that I'm feeling here. I feel like there's a sense of analysis about what it is that like you're experiencing energetically. Queen of Swords is sort of like discerning and deliberating how you're going to go about sort of like giving that off. It can be a communication, can be you being mindful of your delivery is what this is feeling like. Sensitive in a way that's compassionate, it feels. Whatever this is that has you feeling stuck, it feels like just a little bit of a mental game that you're playing with yourself, like some hide and seek here. We have a lot of court cards. I'm seeing Queen of Swords, Knight of Cups, King of Cups, King of Swords. Finding the happiness within you. Expressing yourself in earnest. Knight of Cups is feeling like on a mission to be genuine with what you're expressing and also how you're feeling. And Queen of Swords is feeling like putting it through a process of filtering, of making sure that you're doing this in a way that you feel good about, where you're like really checking in about your intention and also like how you're delivering what it is that you're saying. Having King of Cups here too can be sort of like taming something in a way where with the Sun, things can sometimes get like a little bit out of control. Like you think about like fire sort of taking over and how it can spread and sort of like feed itself through the oxygen, through the air. And so when you're really feeling something in a way that's passionate, sometimes like having the thoughts can like exacerbate that a bit. So it feels like sort of like properly wielding this for yourself, what's going on like mentally, how you're also dealing with that too, bringing these energies together. Now, having Knight of Cups and having King of Cups is you being in a space where you're like, when I am sharing, when I am expressing, I'm doing so in a way that's true to me, and also in a way where I feel like I've like grounded and concentrated the sentiment. Then having King of Swords is about being able to deliver this in a way, especially with strength above. It may be difficult to say these things, or it may be difficult to sort of curate how you're saying these things, but to do so in a way where you feel like you're getting to the heart of the matter and expressing what needs to be expressed. But having strength and having King of Swords here, sometimes, like with this King of Swords, you see how there's a bunch of stuff around them? You could feel at times like it's difficult to sort of like weave in and out of what you're trying to string together as far as like what you're saying, those types of things when it comes to your communication, and also figuring out like what needs to be communicated and what doesn't need to be communicated. What conversations do we need to have, and also what's obsolete, which is connected with this card too. What is obsolete? What's not working? How are things supposed to be functioning? And I also get this feeling of like using the right parts to, and like honoring the way that they function as well, like the right parts within you when it comes to what you're using. You know, like you're not going to use the wrong tool for the wrong thing. You want to use the right tool to do what you need it to do. So it feels like tapping into the right energy in order to wield it in an appropriate way. Having Eight of Swords and having Seven of Swords feels like getting stuck or getting caught up within the process, because this is something that can be challenging at times. Having Eight of Swords and having Seven of Swords is just feeling like some ungrounded air energy more than anything to me, where I feel kind of like you you like build yourself this cage, and then you get in there, and then you're like, oh, I'm stuck in here now. But it kind of feels like, again, you playing like hide and seek with yourself, or like setting yourself up to like go in there. So it's like, okay, like this is the game that I'm playing with myself today. I'm gonna build a cage, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna like blindfold myself and then try to get myself out of it. But it feels like it's all at your hand, or like all at the mercy of your Mercury energy, you know, like your brain and stuff like that. You're functioning, you're processing. And then having the World and having 10 of Cups feels like all of this work that you're doing, it's for the purpose of connecting with what truly makes you happy and what truly brings you peace within your life. And that means a sense of cohesion. So this can just be bringing to light different parts of yourself that like you're working to collaborate with to get them to work together better. And for some of you, you may be experiencing this within a relationship that you have, where you may feel at odds sometimes with someone, and this is something where like y'all are working together to like figure out how to like function properly and how to function well, how to function effectively, maybe in a healthy way, in a congruent way. And that's sort of being what's happening here. Having the World and having 10 of Cups, World says like this is going to be challenging for you. It's not going to be easy because you're figuring out something that you don't already have mastered. However, as you go through this process, this is something that you learn, and then you get to keep the skills that you gain from going through that. And it's for the 10 of Cups. So this is for like your peace of mind. It's for you to feel like a sense of like being settled and feeling at peace in your heart. And so that's why the effort is worth it, because you get the 10 of Cups at the end. And I'm seeing the 10 of Cups, or I'm seeing 2 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, which is about like feeling seen and feeling understood, and feeling like you're sort of bridging the gap between these pieces of yourself. And for some of you, bridging the gap between you and another person. And that's what this is connected with. I feel again like with the Sun and with the 10 of Cups, like this is a very deep honoring of like the position that you're in, because the Sun is kind of like in this specific card, like with the Crown, it's like you were born into this, like this is just the position that you have, like meaning this is your situation that you're in. And so like coming to terms with the situation that you're in and honoring that, especially the things that are like outside of your control, or like for where you are now and how you're seeing things outside of your control. So it's about like that full acceptance again, because with this Sun card, you see this person right now, it looks like they're smiling when they're looking at this. So it's like, this is where I am, and this is my situation, and this is my predicament, whatever you want to call it. This is my place. This is my experience that I'm having. And through the honoring of that and working through this situation, you come out with the 10 of Cups, which is like an ability to sort of like rest within that, to rest in this situation. So it's not even about like you necessarily like curating things around you all the time. It's more so being in a space of like adaptability and becoming fluid with things and learning to work with what you have. And that's how you get to the 10 of Cups. It's not by like making things like perfect in an external way. It's sort of by perfecting the congruence within you. And that's where like the real peace comes from. And it feels too like part of this is definitely about expressing yourself, but expressing stuff that is like what you're experiencing energetically and emotionally, like on a level of feeling, and mastering the way that you do that. Sort of the intention and the mission of that as well. So you could feel right now like you're learning how to express your internal experience in a different way, to articulate that in a different way, in a way that you feel good about. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.